We came to re-engage because we had become roommates. We were just two ships passing by.
Our marriage had been through a major crisis.
I had an affair, and I was ready to leave my family for it.
We'd heard great things about the curriculum, and we were looking forward to learning some new things to help improve our marriage.
There was a lot of brokenness. In fact, there was an infidelity and a pornography addiction that she wasn't aware of.
We were headed for divorce.
We heard it was a safe place to reconnect with your spouse, and we needed to be reconnected.
We really just wanted to take things up a notch.
We came to re-engage both as non-believers as a result of infidelity and more of my sexual past that had come to light.
We were in a downward spiral in our marriage.
We were just constantly fighting.
And we were just at a point of no return. And at the ask of a friend, we showed up to check out this ministry called Re-engage.
The first time we walked into Re-engage, I actually felt hope.
I was just very nervous to see what was going to be revealed through this program and what God was going to show us.
I honestly felt confused. I had no idea why I needed to be there.
I was feeling the issue was with Susan and not with me at the time.
I felt, finally, this is a place where I do not have to pretend or perform that our marriage is perfect and easy.
This was not a typical sit and get type of class. This class would require sharing and transparency, which was not something that I was used to.
I really didn't want to tell people about what was going on in our marriage.
I was very fearful. Being an atheist, I had never willingly walked into a church.
And I was so grateful as we walked in that there were people there to greet us that were so kind.
The first time I walked into Re-engage, I felt hope and peace.
It was the first time I had ever heard people talk about really hard things they had been through, and also hear that it could be okay.
I knew that it was right where we needed to be, no matter what the outcome was.
One of the biggest things I realized was that I was the biggest problem in our marriage, not my spouse.
I had blocked out feelings, not only from my wife, but also for myself.
We did an amazing job sweeping conflict under the rug, which over the years just resulted in resentment and mistrust.
We've been married, Terry and I have been married for 19 years, and there are still areas that we can improve on.
One of the biggest things I realized going through Re-engage was how God's Word came alive, not only in Susan and I's life, but also the couples that were around us.
God actually had designed marriage and has a specific plan for marriage, and that whenever we learn that and do that, it gives him honor.
One of the things I liked about Re-engage was we were encouraged to be transparent. We were always asked, do you have 1% more you need to share with your spouse? And I had 1% I needed to share with my spouse. I was not being honest about my struggle with pornography.
Despite feeling unique in the beginning, our re-engaged couples poured love into us and accepted us without any expectation.
And there was a true desire to understand and not necessarily judge what I was doing that we had with the leaders and the people in our small group.
One of the things I liked about Re-engage was being able to share our story, talk about it freely in a safe environment.
Now our marriage is characterized as one full of love and grace by God. We have been able to just be more open and have that communication with each other, and it was just great being able to see the difference of then and what is now.
Our marriage is characterized by putting Christ at the center and looking to God's Word for instruction.
Daily prayers, a lot of laughter, date nights, and a lot of fun.
It's not perfect, but our disagreements are now opportunities, and our darkest days are where we've seen Christ shine through the most.
If you're considering coming to Re-engage, the one thing I would want you to know is that you will be surprised at the relationships that you'll build there.
It's worth giving God an opportunity to come in to your marriage and to restore it to what it's meant to be.
He loves you, and he can restore your marriage, and he can restore you.
You're loved. We care about you here. The Lord cares about you and wants the best for your marriage.
So whether you walked in with divorce papers in hand, or you're doing good and you want to get to great, Re-engage is a safe place to reconnect, reignite, and resurrect your marriage.
You've taken a great first step in strengthening your marriage. Welcome to Re-engage. We're so glad you're here.